LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Now, here's Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, we are. He is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. I'm Adam Carolla. I have no specific training. A couple of units at Valley College.
Do you want to go to junior college?
No.
My wife insists that that's what all your ranting and raving about junior college is, that secretly you want to go.
No, you know what? I've went off and on for years and never really got anything out of it.
So you don't want to go?
No, I can't be... I need supervision. You know what I mean? Like, I could attend college...
With a valet.
With a valet.
Okay.
I need someone to follow me along, push me into class, sit down, pry my eyelids open, force me to, put like a tin horn to my ear, force me to absorb knowledge, then drag me home, sit me down at a desk, turn off the television, force me to study. I spend the whole day at the snack shack eating granola bars and, cruising 18-year-old co-eds.
Nice. The perfect student.
But the beauty is I would always borrow like $250 from my folks to buy books on the first day, and then never crack one, and then somehow never even sell them back to the bookstore. So it was always just a total bust. Let me give the phone numbers out
don't
here.
let my sons grow up to be like Adam.
I'm street smart. Besides, with TV and cable the way it is today, Drew, I get all the education I need from the remote.
There you go.
1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. Tonight, as promised, we will be doing the LAT test, the lesbian aptitude test.
Beautiful.
I got some of the data in from my minions.
Yes, your statistical think tank.
My statistical think tank, which happens to be in my bathrobe. They all fit into my robe, coincidentally enough, in my apartment. But we have the data back, and I've computed the data, and I've come up with what I think would be the definitive lesbian aptitude test. Now, also, we've done the GAT, the gay aptitude. We've done the HAT, the heterosexual aptitude. Tonight will be the LAT. And then next week, I'm hoping to get to the BAT, which would be the bi aptitude test.
You still haven't... Wait.
Now, what do we miss?
You still haven't done the heterosexual female half.
Right.
You got to do that, too.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm not that in touch with my feminine side.
Indeed.
I'm not
Maybe
really
Ann
that in touch with anyone's feminine side, to tell you the truth.
Maybe Ann can come in with that.
Ann?
I'll help you.
Ann will help me.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we'll make up a mug of warm Bosco, light a fire, and we'll sit down and really come up with something.
Aren't you afraid she might, make a move on you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to need...
yeah, Drew, you might want to come along just to watch.
Well, maybe I'll invite the squire that was going to walk me through junior college. All right, Drew, you ready to get to the phones?
Here you go.
Here we go. Jennifer.
Yeah.
You're on LoveLine.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi.
Okay, the other night I came home and the house was really quiet and I assumed everybody was asleep and I happened to walk in to our bed, me and my boyfriend's bedroom. We live together. And I walked in on him watching a porno and masturbating.
That had to shave years off his life.
Well, and I don't know, am I, doing something wrong, or is it, am I, not satisfying him or something?
The only thing you did wrong, sweetie, was not knock.
Well, I didn't think I was going to ever find anything like that, And
Jennifer, let me just give this message to all guys who sit around and masturbate and watch porno. When the person walks in and you're sitting there with the sweat on your brow, the comforter pulled up over your head, and the TV making that loud fuzz noise, everyone knows what's going on. Yeah, you're just going to watch some snow for a while at about 30,000 decibels while you sweat profusely in your bed.
Okay, well, here's the problem. Since then, he is, totally avoiding me. Okay, we live together, and it's kind of hard for us to live in the same house and not see each other. But since then, he doesn't talk to me. He's, he stays with his friends all day so he doesn't have to come home, and it's he's really embarrassed about it, and I don't know how to talk to him about it. What am I supposed
Jennifer, let me give you an Animal Kingdom analogy. You know when the dog craps on the carpet?
Yeah.
And you smack it with a newspaper, and for the next few days, it kind of walks around with its tail between its legs and avoids you and scurries out of the way when you come down the hall. That's what's going on. He's embarrassed. He knows he done wrong.
Okay, but he should get over it, though, right?
Well, he will if we talk sense into him.
Okay.
Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Now, is he there?
No, he's not. He's at work right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Should we call him at work?
I don't know the number.
You don't know the number of your concubine's work?
No, he just got a second job, and I don't know. I let him do whatever he does. I don't have the number.
He wouldn't he'd probably not hear the phone ring over the sound of the Slurpee machine in the background anyway.
Oh, okay.
Or the low drone of the deep fryer. But all right. Well, I would leave him a note.
Mhm.
I would. Do you know where the videotape is?
No, it's gone.
What do you do? Does he take it with him?
Yeah.
Because I have like an attachment on my belt. You know, guys carry like cell phones and they have like a little attachment, or some guys will carry like the Leatherman tool.
A holster, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep a porn in the holster when I leave the house.
Oh, God. Okay.
I would just leave him a note, put a little perfume on it, tell him it's okay. That's all it has to say. It's all right.
Okay.
You're human.
Okay.
I forgive you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
Yeah, that's rough. But better than the folks walking in on it.
Mm.
Robin,
Yes.
you're on LoveLine.
Hi, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Robin.
Okay, I have my tongue pierced,
Uh-huh.
and I had heard, I was just wondering if this was true or not. I had heard that, because I smoke also, that I have, like, more than twice the chance of getting mouth cancer.
If you smoke tobacco and you have your tongue pierced.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard that.
No?
I mean, already you're at increased risk just being a tobacco user.
Right.
I don't know that the piercing adds risk, do you?
No, but I was just thinking, I mean, the only thing I could think of is if there's an opening, could it the cancerous, smoke somehow infiltrate the tongue?
Or you get a different cell type of cancer. I mean, the cancer that forms is usually at the surface of the tongue anyway, that material that's up there at the surface. So it's the thing, though, chronic irritation can slightly increase the risk of cancer. So maybe the irritating effect of the metal rubbing on the tongue or something, plus the tobacco, plus the heat from the smoke, might combine in some way, but I've never seen that data.
But Robin,
Yes.
you'll be on one lung by the time the mouth cancer sets in. Am I right? I mean, statistically, you'll have heart disease or
do you drink?
Or lose a lung before
do you
that.
use much alcohol?
No.
Okay, it's the real increased risk comes from alcohol and tobacco together.
Really?
Yeah, then there's dramatic increased risk in mouth, tongue, esophagus.
Does that have anything to do with drinking the alcohol and smoking at the same time, or is it just the combination?
The alcohol increases the carcinogenicity of the tobacco.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's kind of a bad cycle, because a lot of people either smoke more when they're drinking.
It actually is the combination. In fact, the cancers of the mouth and esophagus and larynx pretty much only occur to tobacco smokers, but they especially occur in tobacco smokers who drink.
Casey.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Adam. Dr. Drew, how's it going?
Good.
I had a quick question for you. I've been dating this girl for about 2.5 years, and I'm 18, she's 17, and a little while ago we had sex for the first time, and ever since then she hasn't been in the mood at all, and I was wondering if there's anything I could do, or, like, what the problem is.
Have you talked to her?
Well,
oh, wait, that'll be a last resort.
That's awfully radical of me to suggest that. Oh, sorry.
That's like, you don't cut the breast off when you find a lump. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First you try chemo and other forms of therapy. You see what you can do, a biopsy. If worse comes to worse, you get out the scalpel. We haven't gotten to that point yet, have we, Casey?
No.
Okay, now, but how horny was she before you had sex?
Well, before this, I mean, she was, like, always in the mood.
But you didn't have sex.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Well, we'd fool around, but not
Okay.
have, like, sex. And then we did, and ever since then, she hasn't been in the mood to do anything.
All right. So you left a bad taste in her mouth, Casey.
I guess so. I mean, I'm lucky to, like, get a good night kiss now. It's insane.
Yeah, how long has it been?
Since we had sex, or since
you had sex?
Well, it was over Christmas break.
Oh. Yeah.
I know.
We're getting in a whole nother season now. We're ready to set the clocks back.
I know.
Or forward, or wherever we set them.
Spring forward.
Yeah, that's got to hurt. Well, Casey, obviously you traumatized her.
Yeah.
Are you large?
Fairly.
No, wait a minute. But just emotionally,
No.
maybe it's too much for her in some way. She just,
Well, when a woman sees a penis as big as Casey's, that's emotional scarring, Drew.
Have you talked to her, Casey?
Well, she won't talk about that, because it took us, like, a long time because we tried a lot of times and it was too painful for her.
And the painful, that kind of pain comes from somebody being anxious, being uptight, being not ready to do that. Yeah. And so when she finally did it, she still wasn't ready to do it, and now she's having emotional repercussions from that.
Yeah, woman.
And you're the sort of the perpetrator. You know, you're the bad guy that did that to her, made her feel this way.
So it's like anxiety makes you tense, and you like when your neck starts hurting when you're driving in traffic.
Right.
Yeah, you become like, you ever put your finger in a sea urchin? It closes right up.
Sea anemone.
Sea anemone. I'm just trying to avoid saying that word. What's a sea urchin? Like a crab?
Purple things with the spine sticking out of it.
Oh, that's an urchin?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, ever put your finger in there and it just closes right up on it?
No, I've never done that.
All right, thanks for going along with me on that one, Casey. That could be your penis,
Casey,
is what I'm saying.
talk to her and tell her, find out what's up with her. Why is she avoiding you? Why does she have trouble being close to you? Why does she feel about what happened to her? You're going to have to show interest and caring about her feelings. Imagine that.
Okay.
All right?
I mean, I understand that she thinks like it might, keep hurting, and because she didn't enjoy it the first time.
Right.
But I don't understand why she's not in the mood to do anything else then.
Well, because she thinks that'll lead to the sex. Because the last time you did that, it led to sex, and she was traumatized. So if you begin that again, step A is going to lead to step B, and before you know it, you're working up a sweat and veins popping in your forehead, and you're injuring her again.
Okay.
That's why she doesn't want to. She doesn't even want to get it started.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's the same reason guys don't want to go to the mall. Because they know eventually they're going to end up in some freaking perfume store or something for 45 minutes. And not the mall itself that scares them, but they don't even want to get in the car and drive by the mall because they know they head in, they're going to be in like a Saks Fifth Avenue pricing seconds.
Okay.
Pricing bad jeans for 2 hours. You see what I'm saying, Casey?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. So talk to her.
Okay.
All right. Boy, talking is always the last resort for our listeners.
Well, or God forbid you care about your partner's feelings.
Okay, Drew. Hey,
come on. He's not even thinking about
horse,
that. No,
Mike?
no high horse.
Where's the horse?
You don't need the high horse.
God forbid you care about your partner's feelings. Stacy.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are pretty serious. Okay, my first question. I've been going out with this guy for, I guess about 8 months, since last July, and I have yet to meet his family or his friends. And I've never been in a relationship like this. I'm so used to being with the guy and then meeting his parents and and then hanging out with his family. And
what do you think that means, Stacy?
I don't know. I'm confused. I care about him more than anything in the entire world, but he keeps talking about us meeting his friends and his family, but we won't do it.
What do you think that means?
Maybe is he ashamed of me? But I mean, we go out in public. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but it's
sure. Who's going to talk? Bunch of strangers.
Right, an anonymous public.
Does he tell you to duck your head when you're driving down a street or anything?
No.
He doesn't put a mail sack over your head when you go down to get the paper or anything like that?
No. I mean...
When you go see a movie, he doesn't say you go on ahead?
No. I mean, he'll hold my hand, he'll kiss me and stuff, and I'm just confused.
All right, it's one of two things. You're thinking it's you. It could be he who's embarrassed about his family, quite frankly. I mean, believe me, bringing any girls over to the hippie shack where Mom resides is never a pleasant experience for me. Lawn looking like the Everglades.
Your house.
Yeah.
Well, you had to eat that stuff, so, you know.
All right, Mom making up a big thing of fried tofu and lentil bean soup
and
with
weeds.
A bay leaf floating in it. I had one girl eat the bay leaf. You know, they put this big bay leaf. It floats around on the top of bad stews. It's like kangaroos and stuff eat bay leaves, or koala bears.
He doesn't live in a very good neighborhood.
And the girl ate the bay leaf because she felt bad.
Oh.
She's never been right. He doesn't live in a good neighborhood.
No.
Okay, this is it. He's a little embarrassed. Do you come from privilege?
I think he sees me as a little overprivileged. You know, my family bought me a car.
Okay, it's the princess and the pauper.
But it's really not like that.
Right, but he doesn't know. He's going to feel self-conscious.
Okay.
Coming to the house, Mom's chewing tobacco. She's got teeth missing. There's a mangy dog laying in the corner waiting to die. Big Dad's out on the porch in a rocking chair whittling something with a big gut slopping over his trousers, which are being held up by a strand of rope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Is El Camino up on blocks in the driveway?
Okay. My second question.
Yes.
My mom died last July. I met him 2 weeks after my mom died, and she died of cancer. And I'm feeling so confused. Like, some days I'm in denial, and some days I'm just stressed out, and I'm wondering what I should do for this.
How long ago did she die?
Last July.
So it was like 7.5 months.
Where's your dad?
What?
Where's your dad?
I'm living with him at the moment. They were divorced for several years, and they were real good friends, so he was there for her through all of that.
So you haven't grieved really for your mom's loss, huh? The loss.
I guess not. I mean, she was my best friend, and I love her very much. But I don't know what to expect. You know, I mean, some days I'm in denial, and I'm like, you know, my mom is not dead, and you know, I just expect to go home, and she'll be there. But I know that she is. And
so you got in a relationship just a couple of weeks after your mom passed away.
Right, to kind of rescue you from those feelings, and it sounds like that's really what your whole sort of emotional strategy is to deny or avoid. Find ways out of dealing with the feelings that are attached to the loss.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be tough. I mean, there's going to be a lot of unfinished business with Mom and emotions and, like, open nerves and open wounds, I should say, that you're going to bring into the relationship. And I'm surprised you guys have made it this long.
Yeah, I kind of, because she's clinging to make sure that she doesn't have to lose that and then be stuck with her feelings.
So what do you recommend that I do?
If you really can't get at the grief, there are grief groups out there. You could probably call LoveLine or any local hospital. They would be able to refer you refer you to grief counseling groups. Get an individual therapist, help you through that way. More importantly, just try to focus on dealing with the feelings and don't be afraid of them if you possibly can. This denial where you want to go home and she's going to be there, I mean, it's natural that you want to avoid that intensely to the point that you actually fantasize that she's still there. I mean, it's natural enough. But you do that long enough, and there will be side effects.
And as far as a boyfriend goes, and he understands what you've been through in the last 8 months.
I think he understands, but he doesn't really talk about it much with me. Well, like, when I bring up my mom, he's like, he's afraid of death. He does not even like to touch the subject.
And, you know, a lot of guys, and I know because I'm a guy, their approach to sort of touchy emotional issues is to get them over with as soon as possible. And it's not necessarily because they're being cruel. It's just because they think, well, the faster the conversation's over, the faster you'll go back to being happy. Like, you know, if someone like brings up cancer or something to me, I'll go, hey, what's that over there? You know, just to get a distraction. A lot of guys deal with things that are, and a lot of guys feel ill-equipped to handle these things. They feel they're going to say something and put their foot in their mouth.
Right, so they avoid it just the way you're doing, Stacy.
Stacy, I would talk to this guy, tell him it hurts your feelings that he hasn't brought you around to meet the family. He's probably going to start laughing and say that he was worried what you would think.
See, that's funny because I mentioned that to him. I said, you know, why haven't I met your family? Well, why does it matter?
What kind of answer is that?
Yeah,
what kind of answer
I don't know. I'm starting to get a different view on this guy.
Why does it matter? We're together. It's not me, you, and my family. It's just me and you.
I get the feeling this guy's had some fun made of his family in the past, and he's maybe just a little over defensive about it. But you're just really, like we told our last caller, you're going to have to confront him. You're going to have to talk it out. You're going to have to explain to him what you're feeling. And if he doesn't come,
my last resort.
If he doesn't come through, do it. If he doesn't come through, then you got to move on. He's the wrong guy.
Don't be afraid of your feelings either.
Thanks, Drew. Tiffany.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, God, this is real embarrassing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my boyfriend, I was a virgin before I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done a lot of things together, but he kind of wants to have anal sex. And
with you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there's a lot of guys who drive trucks and stuff would be willing to come by and oblige him.
Oh, yeah, I know. But that's kind of nasty. I mean, I want to do it to pleasure him, you know, but...
Don't do it.
Huh?
You obviously don't want to do that.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. How old is this guy?
He's 20.
Let me tell you about what goes on in the mind of a 20-year-old. I know because emotionally I'm 19. I'm emotionally going to be celebrating my 20th birthday soon. You have a big sexual shopping list. It's like a big list. And on the list, and it starts off with, kiss. And then it's like grab a boob. And then it goes down to like rub outside the pants. And then it goes down to get a fingerful. And then it just keeps going down the line. That's like a sexual scavenger hunt. At the bottom, just below or somewhere next to like threesome or whatever, or orgy is anal sex. And what guys, 20-year-olds try to do is they try to check off as many things on the list they can with one girlfriend. And if they can't get to the entire list with you, sometimes they'll move on to a new girl and the list will continue. They'll finish the list.
He's not like that. I mean...
You haven't found his list?
Huh? Well, yeah, I mean...
Usually they keep it taped on the other side of their sock drawer.
Right. Well, does it hurt girls or something?
Let me tell you, as all I've never really had anything in my ass, but I can say this, I'm a 190-pound guy. I think I would cry if like a jockey penetrated me. So being like a 115-pound woman and having a 190-pound guy behind you, I think would be even worse. So I would say yeah. But, you know, you lube up and you do it right and it can be done. But if you don't want to do it, that's the main thing.
Well, I mean, wonder if I do it. Is there, like, any dangers? I mean...
Yeah, you can traumatize the area.
Yeah.
And sexually transmitted diseases.
It's
a great way to catch a good disease.
You can scream so loud a clump of plaster falls off the ceiling and crushes you.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, it's possible to do it, and if he's a real technician, it probably can be done in a semi-painless fashion. But the point is, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And we'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back when we're damn good and ready.
Somebody spank me.
Well, it is Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew on the phone number here at LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191, fax number 310-854-4455. I'm not going to do it yet, but I'm just warning you again to arm yourself with a pad and pencil because the lesbian aptitude test, or LAT test, is coming soon.
Oh, not right now?
To a radio near you. Not this second. I'm going to tease it a little more because I know radio. People just got up, shut the radio off, went, screw him, he's an a-hole, I'm going to bed.
Go to bed, yeah.
Fantastic. But that is coming up, and it is coming up shortly, and until then, it's back to the phones we go. Alana.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I have a question for the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using heroin for about 10 months now.
Nice.
And I haven't got a period since around New Year's, and I'm a little worried. I was wondering if it's related, what you think about it.
Any chance you're pregnant?
Yeah, my libido is firmly dead.
So there's no chance you're pregnant?
No chance. I haven't had sex in a while.
Then it's the heroin.
It is the heroin.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about this? I mean, is
Me?
this a common thing?
Yeah, most drug addicts. Speed, the stimulants particularly, but heroin sometimes. Are you losing weight also?
I've lost about 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's the weight loss and whatnot. People stop having periods very often. It's very common.
So it's because of the heroin, definitely. Oh, okay. All right. Then.
What are you going to do about your heroin addiction?
I don't know.
Let's put it this way. Ever heard Adam, you ever heard the phrase rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic?
That was a Gordon Lightfoot song.
Because she's worrying about, she has a disease that will kill her by the age of 50, and she's worrying about not having a period.
Right.
It's just senseless.
I see. Well,
the heroin addiction, people that are not meaningfully involved in recovery by the age of 40 when they're heroin addicts do not live to 50.
Right,
That's a statistic.
Last week.
Yeah.
Not
having a period is not going to hurt you.
No, I've been living for 31 years on and off without my period. And look at me.
Living on and off or on and off without the period?
On and off. I've been spotting once in a while, but I'm strong as an ox.
Better than me.
But I mean, think about that. You're worried about not having a period, which is meaningless, and you're not worried about a life-threatening illness.
Well, no, I am, actually. I mean, I'm
What are you doing?
Well, I want to quit, but
It's going to require you going somewhere.
Well, no, that's not it. Well,
that's what it's going to
require.
Yeah, you're going to have to go to a sober living or something. Heroin addiction is a
well, then I can't even do that now.
Very difficult disease to handle.
But let me ask you a question, Alana.
Sure.
Alana, are you working?
Yeah.
Are you sort of keeping up appearances?
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to do when you're on
Better
heroin.
than
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you would think if someone was a heroin addict,
Oh, no.
that I don't know,
No,
that
no.
you could spot them. Or
Oh,
that,
no. No,
yeah,
no,
but
no.
you've ever watched Dragnet?
Yeah.
Guy has a hit of reefer. His hair goes down to his waist. He sprouts sandals. He loses his job. You think you can spot the drug abusers?
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Not unless I don't get it, and then then I get sick. But
How much a week are you spending?
it's probably about $100 a week.
Mm-hmm. I think all the things you could have for, well, I don't know if this is a good angle, but I immediately think cable with all the stations. That's my opiate, Drew.
So far.
All right, Alana, but you got to stop.
Well, yeah, I realize that. But
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that this period thing was because of that and not something else.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm happy. Thank you.
Good luck.
I'm happy. It's my life-threatening illness that's causing the symptoms I'm having, which are meaningless.
Yeah, I mean, she acts like she's hooked on Abba Zaba bars or something. I mean, heroin is right up there.
Yeah, bad disease.
Josh.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I had a question and a comment. My question was for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Josh.
My question was, I know a girl, I'm not going to say her name, but she does a lot of crank,
Mm-hmm.
and she has unprotected sex, like, constantly also, and she hasn't gotten pregnant from it. And my question was, do you think that the crank affects her sterility or not?
It can affect her ovulatory cycles, so it might make her less fertile.
Yeah, because
she's but you can't count on that. She's just lucky, basically.
because my cousin's girlfriend does it also, and she's like, they were wanting to have a kid, but I was just kind of worried about that too. But also my comment was for Adam. That test that you did last night, that was more like a white trash test than anything. You should have just thrown in a 6-pack of Meisterbrow in a trailer park or something.
Well, when I was collecting the data, Josh, that thought had crossed my mind. But you got to realize the more testosterone a man has coursing through his veins, the more apt he is to partake in the white trash sports and lifestyle, if you really think about it. I don't have the... Pardon me?
Right over my head.
I don't have the test in front of me, but there were certain ones that sort of mirrored the white trash lifestyle, and I appreciate your input, Josh.
But Leonard Skinner's what threw it off. Leonard Skinner's white trash.
Yeah, but there's no gay man in the world that has a Leonard Skinner CD in his record collection. Am I right?
You're right.
All right.
There you go.
That was basically...
It's a threshold test. It's a screening test.
Yes, we're trying to weed out the heterosexuals.
Right.
Now, those pesky heteros. And a lot of the stuff wasn't what made you heterosexual. A lot of it was the antithesis of gayness. I mean, 180 degrees from being gay. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right. I don't have to prove myself to you or anyone else, Drew.
Now, tonight, the Academy Awards must be letting out right about now, huh?
Yes, they certainly are.
We're the only radio station in town not talking about it.
And that string will continue. Christiana.
Yes.
You're on LoveLine.
Oh, hi. Okay, I have a question. Okay, it's totally weird because my mom's a lesbian, right?
Yeah.
And I was sleeping in the room, and I went to go ask my mom something, and I walked in on her and her lover, doing it right. And I got totally pissed off, and I left, and I haven't been back since.
Did either of them see you?
Yeah, they did.
They knew you were there?
Yeah.
Okay, what did they do?
They didn't really do anything. I got really pissed, and I started cussing, and I grabbed my stuff, and I left.
You start cussing at them, or you just sort of under your breath while you're packing your stuff?
I cussed at them.
You stood there in the doorway and cussed at them?
No, I was walking back down my hallway, and I was like...
Okay. But you knew your mom was a lesbian.
Yeah, I did.
Let me explain something to you about the lesbian lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Part of being a lesbian involves, burying your face in another woman's crotch every once in a while. I mean, I don't even know if you can be a lesbian if you don't do that. So, I mean, you already kind of knew that, didn't you, Christiana?
Yeah, I did, but it's
What made you mad?
the fact that they were doing it while I was home,
Right.
Was disrespectful.
Right. How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, it made me feel disgusting.
But what if it had been a man? Would you have felt the same way?
Yeah, kind of.
Right. So that's not quite as bad, though.
No, it's because it's my mom.
Right. Well, nobody wants to see their parents having sex.
No.
So you're mad at your mom for being a lesbian?
Yeah.
You're mad at your mom for not respecting your boundaries and your feelings.
Right.
And respecting the integrity of your home.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Adrian Barbeau has a kid, I bet he would want to see her having sex.
And you're pissed.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Is there a way you can overcome some of that and get back home?
Well, I don't know, because it's like, I told my mom, like, twice before, I was like, if you guys are going to do it, like, totally go to a motel, right? I go, and, like, don't come home and tell me about it. And she totally disrespected me, and, like...
She comes back and tells you about it? Oh, you mean this, she...
Yeah, I was like, because, like, she wonders if I'm curious, you know? Like, to know how you do it and all that.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Christiana, now, was her door closed?
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was kind of open.
It was ajar?
Mm-hmm.
And you just sort of pushed it open?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the deal, and I'm gonna play both sides of the fence on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom really should have had the door closed.
Right.
And I would, if I ever have kids, first thing I'm doing is putting a deadbolt and a chair up against the door, because I realized how scarred a youngster could be through having, well, I don't know, though. You and Susan, Drew, you're a pretty attractive couple. I think your kids would probably go for that. But the point is you lock the door because you don't want to scar the kids. She shouldn't have left it ajar. On the other hand, you should have knocked. You should have known that you knew something was going on in there, and you pushed the door open anyway. You knew what you were going to find.
Well, not really, because I didn't expect them to be doing anything like...
But you could hear things. You knew she was over. You saw the big flannel overcoat, draped over the chair in the dining room.
But Adam, how can she learn to respect boundaries? How can she learn that when she's raised in a home where there are none? You know?
I'm just sort of playing devil's advocate.
I know you are,
here.
And it's a point reasonably well taken, and it's good to empower Christiana, make her take some responsibility for all this, and she needs to get back, and unless you can go to your dad's house or
Where
something.
are you staying now?
At a friend's house.
Where's your dad?
My dad's, like, totally in jail.
Nice.
Okay. So you have a tough environment.
You need to get back with your mom, but it sounds like your instincts are good. You know when you have enough self-respect to assert yourself in your own environment. You need to set boundaries with your mother. It's a shame that you end up being the parent in this household, but that's basically what's happening.
Uh-huh.
And you need to go back and slug it out.
Yeah, well, but don't come at her with anger. Just tell her it hurts you that she doesn't respect you enough,
right.
And that it also, it makes you feel uncomfortable.
She sounds like a rather primitive person,
I tried
emotionally.
to tell her that. I was like, what if you, like, walked in and I was having sex with my boyfriend? What would you think? And she was like, oh, that's different because you're younger. I was like, no, it's not different.
It is different because she should know better, and she's your mother and has some responsibilities that are inherent in that job.
Tell her, look, Christiana, what's her name?
Nancy.
Nancy?
Mm-hmm.
Say, listen, Nancy, I'm the kid, you're the mom. Start acting like it, and we'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back to say something interesting or humorous or something.
Even God himself endorses whacking.
I love those Simpsons. Let me give the phone number out real fast. 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, diction medicine specialist. Name of the show is LoveLine. And now, as promised, grab a pad and pencil, because we are going to figure out whether you're actually a lesbian. The LAT test. Give yourself 5 points for every pouch of Red Man dip you've gone through in the last week. If you've ever quit your job to follow the LPGA Tour, give yourself 25 points. If you own a Sears Craftsman tool catalog, give yourself 10 points. If any of the pages are dog-eared, add 5 points. And if any of the pages are stuck together, add an additional 25 points. Give yourself 1 point for every pair of flat-soled sandals you own, and add an additional 5 points for every pair with the truck tire sole. Because you know that's Butch. Add 1 point for every item in the house made of flannel, excluding sheets, nightgowns, and jacket liners. See, I have to make provisions on certain ones of these.
Of course, I understand.
Give yourself 5 points for every pair of tough-skin jeans you have in your closet. Add an additional 5 points if the knees are reinforced, and an additional 25 points if the crotch is reinforced. Razorback hairdo, that's worth 15 points. Chain on the wallet, that'll get you 10 points. If you collect straight-edge razors, black powder rifles, or flooring tools, give yourself 10 points. If you work at a kennel, give yourself 5 points. 10 points if you smoke Tipperillo cigars. If you can tear down and rebuild a Mopar transmission blindfolded, give yourself 35 points. 15 points if your bowling average is above 187. If you've ever fired a gun not in self-defense, give yourself 10 points. And finally, if you can bench press more than your own body weight, give yourself 5 points. Well, there it is. The lat test. The definitive way of separating the lesbians.
Certainly will sort of sort out those pesky heteros.
From the pesky.
How many points was it for the flat sandals?
Depending if you had the special tread or not.
Yes, let's see.
Little flip-flop sandals?
Give yourself 1 point for every pair of flat-soled sandals you own. But how many
sandals,
pairs
not thongs,
not thongs.
Oh, okay.
How many sandals, flat-soled sandals you own, Ann?
I've got a couple.
Couple pair?
But they're like Dr. Scholl type sandals.
I don't care if they're orthopedic or therapeutic in any way.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any with the truck tire sole on them?
No.
Okay. You're okay. A few points here and there is fine.
The Birkenstock quality, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what you're looking for?
Okay, I don't go there now.
The ultimate piece of lesbian footwear would be the Birkenstock with the truck tire sole on it. And we ready to get back to the phones there, Drewski?
Sure.
All right, Jimmy.
Yes.
Hey, you're on LoveLine.
All right. I got a problem here. I've been married now for 6 years. I'm 25. My wife is 24. I had a feeling that she had been cheating on me, and so I had a vasectomy done about 6 months ago.
What does her cheating have to do with your getting a vasectomy?
We already have 3 children.
Vasectomies is Kentuckian for vasectomy, I'm guessing.
For a vasectomy?
Yes, or vasectomy.
And?
All right, I'm smelling bogus here, because here's what this guy's saying. He's saying I'm going to finish this call. He suspected his wife of cheating.
So he got a vasectomy.
Got a vasectomy. Now she's pregnant.
Is that right?
That is right.
How many post-vasectomy sperm samples did you give?
I'm sorry?
How many post-vasectomy sperm samples did you give?
2.
Oh, because I got to tell you, Big Engineer Mike was holding up the big 2 sign, as you know. We don't call him the one nut wonder for nothing. He's been under the knife.
Did your urologist suggest anything more than that?
No.
Somebody's coaching him from behind, I think. But oftentimes, in fact, usually sometimes they'll let you go with 2, but 3 is sort of the definitive test. And if all 3 are without any sperm, then it can't be your child.
Let me ask him a question. Jimmy.
Yeah.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Couldn't tell you.
2.
All right.
2.
All right. It was a trick question. All right. So did you have it or not? Come on, be straight.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
We had been talking about it for a couple of months before I had it done, but we hadn't decided if that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
And so I still went ahead and did it.
Well,
and she did come up pregnant 2 months ago.
And she didn't know you did it?
No.
She didn't notice the big gauze ball in your pants?
No, because we really haven't seen each other. She works nights, I work days, and that's when it's normally been happening. I would suspect there because I call the house, and the sitter usually answers, and I don't know why she's there.
All right.
And she just told me...
Good detail, you know.
Yeah.
9.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right, Jamie, look, here's the deal. You need to go get another sperm count done to be sure that you haven't what we would call recanalized or reconnected in some way.
Is that
can't.
possible?
Oh,
She
yes.
told me there's like almost 0 chance.
Not really almost 0, but very low. Very low chance, but it does happen.
Well, wait a minute. Very low is almost 0,
I
isn't
had a patient have that happen after 2 negative sperm counts.
No, wait a minute. What tube is it? What, the cauterized, recanalized?
Yeah, they cut out the section.
Your body wants to wants the anatomy restored.
Here's basically the way it works. It's like a stretch of highway in Malibu, and a landslide came and blocked it. And now no traffic could get through.
Right.
Traffic being the sperm, by the way. I'm not sure what kind of car sperm would drive. I imagine something sporty. But the thing is somehow God has taken his bulldozer and cleared the road again.
Correct.
That's what happens.
Right.
I like
Actually,
to paint a picture for the
more
listeners.
like a tunnel that collapsed completely, and actually the whole hillside was gone.
But now
it's all back.
But miraculously, it's back.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
get another sperm count to be sure that it couldn't be yours, and if it isn't, then we got a problem here, don't we?
Oh, yeah. What would you guys suggest I do? How should I, I just don't want to ask her, are you cheating on me if she's not,
Well, have the other sperm count done. If it is 0, then you don't even have to ask, do you?
What makes you think she's cheating on you?
Just the way she's acting. We haven't been real romantic, I guess,
Yeah, but we get those calls every night, and it doesn't have anything to do with cheating.
Well, it's been about a year, since we've had a, really good time. I mean, we've had sex, but not like it used to be.
Right.
Sex is just about boring to her, it seems.
Right, and she's always looking at her watch going, hurry up, I got a 10 o'clock appointment.
It's just about, that's what it feels like to me, that she just wants to hurry up and get it done with and get out of there.
Jimmy, maybe you should just have a sort of general, a general relationship talk.
Or maybe she's been listening to Adam, because you've advocated that repeatedly.
What?
That if woman's not inclined to engage in sexual activity, just take it is sort of what you've advised.
Yeah, well, there's certain sacrifices one makes when one takes the vows, and part of it is lying there lifelessly while your husband humps away on you for just 10 minutes a week. I think it's in the scripture somewhere.
It's in the fine print, right?
Yeah, it's on the side of the page. I'm going to have it worked into my vows. Do you agree to lie there like a dead herring while Adam humps your lifeless body for 15 minutes a week and no longer than 20 minutes a week? Okay.
So, so I go get another sperm count?
Get a sperm count.
And then...
Yes.
And then I'll find out...
Yes.
Even if I do, perchance, say, have some left, it's still, what's the possibility?
We couldn't give you a number. Just bring the documentation to her and have a long sit-down and figure it out. People don't talk.
We're finding that out. Certainly these callers tonight don't talk.
That's a big mute crowd tonight. Amy.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Amy, what's up?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. My boyfriend and I have been having sex now for about, I'd say maybe a month and a half. And before that...
Not continuously.
Well, no.
Okay.
Of course not.
Good, because I'm saying you're really doing a good job on the phone.
No. And before that, I was giving him blowjobs. And he had no problem or no pressure or pain or anything after that. And we weren't using condoms.
Uh-huh.
And now, since we're having sex, we're using condoms when we have sex.
And what's the deal?
But he has like a lot of pain and a lot of pressure afterward.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's very common.
Mm-hmm. It's like your penis going up in an airplane.
No. It's actually in the perineum, right? In the sort of in his pelvis area, right? The pain.
I don't know. He says that it like hurts.
Well, typically that would be what's called a pubococcygeus muscle spasm. And
say coccygeus again.
No. And,
Come on.
No. And prostate inflammation, urethral inflammation, nothing at all can cause these things. It can be totally normal. But he ought to see a doctor and get his prostate checked and all. But I doubt it's anything significant. At the worst, it probably just some kind of low-grade infection of the prostate.
Now, Drew, does it ever happen when a man orgasms into a tight condom after a second, when it sort of springs back, his eyeballs bulge out like one of those squishy dolls? No?
I can't even imagine what you're talking about.
I'm not a doctor. I have to ask these questions. You understand?
I appreciate that.
But the pain comes from the pressure into the condom.
No, it's probably no.
No?
No.
You need a receptacle, right? You need the the thing at the end, the trough, the love trough.
Right, but the
love bucket.
Where is the pain that he has?
I'm not for sure. I think it's like in his scrotum.
Or behind there, sort of, right?
I think.
Right, and that's muscle spasm.
Because he doesn't have it like when I go down on him.
It can be caused by different activities. It doesn't have to be the same thing.
Yeah, totally different position, and there's that whole leg lock thing going on. There's all sorts of stuff that can cramp up.
So it's not because of the condom or anything.
No.
We're saying it's not condom related, but I am saying leave plenty of reservoir there, so I don't know. The guy doesn't have any back pressure.
That and make sure he sees a doctor to make sure his prostate's okay. It can be an epididymal inflammation, but there can be infection inflammations that can trigger those sorts of things.
I like a 3-foot reservoir. I like to come in like swinging the reservoir around.
Why?
I just want that kind of space. I want to make sure that there's no chance of topping out the condom. Yeah, I'll come in there. I'll snap it a few times.
3 feet.
If there's like, a spider crawling on the wall, I'll swap it like a gecko lizard in his tongue. And we'll be back.
Call LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine, we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Heidi Fleiss, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Two names that wish they could be found in the Little Black Book.
Yeah.
And again, maybe not.
You know what I love about
Heidi?
Most of those? Just most are, what are those, drops?
Yeah.
People are like, they sound like they're on like a Quaalude in a fifth of Jack, and they'd rather be anywhere else than reading that thing, and they go, this is, Heidi Fleiss and Adam Carolla, and yeah, can I go? It just sounds it's the weirdest thing in the world.
At least Rodney spelled it out.
Yeah, Rodney. Well, when the mic's on, he knows how to perform. Yeah, he should have. He was in here all of 10 minutes, that bastard. Let me get the phone numbers out. Rodney Dangerfield, we're talking about 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. We'll get to the phones real fast. Mike.
Yeah, you always talk about how pot could shrink your testicles. I'm wondering.
Do I always talk about that?
Yes, it's your anthem.
I see.
Every day.
All right.
I'm wondering during puberty, could it stop the growth?
Delay the growth, possibly. It lowers testosterone levels, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Let me tell you, no big benefit to having the big nuts. They swing around in a sort of counter pendulum motion when you're trying to have sex. We talked about that before, knocking stuff off the nightstand. And number two, they'll dwarf your penis eventually. You'll be walking around with these tremendous set of testicles, and it makes your penis look that much smaller. So I say, God bless the small testicles.
Castration.
Oh man, imagine how big you'd look.
Anyways, the second thing is I've had a pain in my it's right by my chest since I was 7, and I went to the doctor about 3 years ago, and they said it was a growing pain. But yesterday I had a really hard one, and it hurt my shoulder after it,
Yeah.
and it kind of sounded like a heart attack,
No, not a heart attack.
Not the symptoms did.
Yeah.
No, but when he saw the size of his nuts, he almost had a heart attack.
You may want to see a doctor other than a pediatrician. You're old enough now that you might want to see an internist, and there are a lot of different things that could be done to evaluate this to make sure it's nothing to be concerned about. It probably is nothing.
And we'll be back in 10.
This is LoveLine on
Radio Station.
Yes, the name of the show is LoveLine. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist, and it's back to the phones we go. Sarah.
Hi.
Hey, you're on LoveLine.
I was wondering, my boyfriend of 3 years in February, we got into a fight in December, and he had started drinking with his friends. He just turned 21 and everything, and started getting into hard alcohol and getting drunk. A lot of guys I've seen are like that. Just one problem though. One night I guess he got really drunk. I wasn't there. I don't drink, so I don't like being around him when he drinks, But he got really drunk, and he says he slept with this girl. Now, I know we have a very monogamous relationship. I mean, we spend all our time together.
Right.
So I don't know if this is just a fluke. I don't know if it's even possible because I don't drink. I don't know. I've never gotten drunk. I don't get high, you know.
Have you been around people who drink a lot most of your life?
I've been around, well, yeah, pretty much.
Tell me how that is.
It doesn't really bother me.
No. How is it that happened to you?
Oh, how did it happen
Right.
with him?
No.
Oh.
How is it that you happen to have been around people who've been drinking?
Oh, well, my dad's friends and everything.
How about your dad?
No, my dad doesn't drink a lot. I mean, just like all of his friends were single and stuff. He raised me as a single parent.
Huh.
So.
Where was Mom?
She was around. I mean, I went and saw her all the time.
So it was like a scene from The Odd Couple every time you came home, bunch of guys smoking cigars
No,
sweaty undershirts, drinking beer and playing cards?
No, it was kind of like during the week, it was just us. You know, we went home, cooked dinner, blah, 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, during the weekends, we'd go over to, you know, his best friend's house, and I would sit and play video games with, you know, a couple other kids or whatever, and they'd go out and drink, no big deal. It didn't
Okay,
really
all right, so screw the pathology route, Drew. Drew was grasping at some straws there, but we're moving on.
Well, why is she so accepting of this behavior? That's why.
Oh,
I mean,
accepting of drinking?
No, this whole scenario here. I mean,
Well, yeah, you're real straight-laced, and this guy's out, you know, mixing up chemicals every weekend.
That you're allowing
No, I don't want to make it sound like he drinks all the time. I don't want to make it sound like that at all. The fact is, when he drinks, he gets drunk.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
He
right,
doesn't
all
drink
right.
like
Let's get back to the cheating.
And how often is that he's doing that?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Well, it just happened within, like, I guess in a month period, he started drinking, and then, you know, it started being, you know, kind of like every weekend, and then this happened, and, I mean, we kind of didn't talk for a while because, you know, I was kind of mad that he took the time to drink and to spend time with me.
Sure,
And
that's much more important to him.
He called me you know, and I realized that shouldn't be more important.
But Sarah, he always calls you when he's loaded, doesn't he?
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh, no.
What kind of drunken boyfriend is that? I will call girlfriends I had in the 8th grade when I'm loaded.
Oh, no.
Hey, baby, I was thinking of you.
We're pretty much, we're
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Drew, are you done? Are you done
Yeah, I'm
leading
done. I mean,
us down that
the bottom
path?
line is there's no reason for her to accept any of this. This is ridiculous.
It's not that I have to accept it. I mean, you know,
You are accepting it. It's unacceptable behaviors all the way.
I wouldn't accept it if he didn't know.
Sarah, let me tell you, if the Pope called, Drew would be asking him how often he dips into the sacrificial wine and if maybe there's a problem or a history of alcoholism in the family. Don't worry about it.
A very straight childhood.
The guy's all right. Forget about you. The guy's an average 21-year-old. He just got his, you know, he just became of age and he's out getting loaded on the weekends like most. I'm not saying I condone it, but that's how guys do. There's a ton of binge drinking going on in this society. Sarah, thank God we're keeping it legal though. Got to keep the booze legal. Yeah, binge pot smoking. Everyone would be just staying home watching cartoons and not running people over on the freeways or screwing around on their girlfriends. He'd be too embarrassed even to masturbate if he was stoned, but don't get me going there. Sarah, listen. He screwed around, right?
Yes.
He told you he screwed around.
He didn't have to. I would have never found out if he didn't.
Why did he tell you?
Because he loves me that much.
I don't trust that impulse.
Oh, please.
No.
Please.
Even Mike's shaking his head.
Well, let me put it this way. I mean, he couldn't tell his mom. I mean, he was so disgusted with himself.
Oh.
And I think...
Look, you take a shower if you're disgusted with yourself.
No, you guys, I don't want to make it sound like we didn't have a good relationship and he goes out cheating on me all the time.
All right, should we talk to him?
You know, no.
Please?
He's at work. I can't call him.
What's everybody working?
Actually, all I want to know, is it really possible to get that drunk that you don't know what you're doing?
Certainly it could lower his inhibitions, and it could make him more apt to do it. But he still should have known better, and it's not an excuse. It's like if you're driving your car and you're loaded and you run over someone and kill them, you get vehicular manslaughter. If you chase someone sober down a parking lot and run them over, you get first-degree murder. Either way, a crime was committed. Now, as to the severity of the crime, yeah, it's a little less because he was loaded. He can fall back on that as an excuse, and you can always use that as an excuse, and you guys can probably move on and blame it on Mr. Budweiser.
He needs to be accountable for his behavior. This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
don't think I just...
Sarah, I'm so sorry.
my fault.
Sarah, I'm so tired of these excuses. I can't stand it.
Wow.
I need to just, accept this and go, oh...
I can't stand it.
But
Drew rarely gets disgusted unless I say something.
Well, that's
It's a rarity.
I'm usually so busy being disgusted with that, I have no opportunity to be disgusted with anybody else.
You have no more disgust left in you for the callers?
Yeah, no more.
So do you think that since he did this one time that I should just say, forget it, I don't want to be with you anymore, I think you're going to do it again, even though I really don't?
I didn't say that.
He fessed up and he's sorry. He was loaded. Maybe it's a one-time deal. I would forgive him, but
He gave up drinking altogether. He doesn't drink anymore.
Okay,
but I would not keep making excuses and stuff. Hold him accountable to it. If you want to take another shot at it and to take your chances, that's fine. But don't make excuses. And you can expect that there's a probability that this kind of thing will happen again.
And you must let him know on no uncertain terms that if he even comes close to this kind of thing again, you're out the door.
There's another thing. People have this idea that somehow if you are honest with somebody, then it's okay. Whatever you did is just okay.
Right.
I was honest with you. I was honest. I came up and I told you. So, even though I tried to kill the Pope, it's, I told you. So,
yes.
Telling somebody about being honest about it, but some heinous act you have undertaken does not make the act justifiable.
I'm telling you, society puts way too much weight in the corner of honesty. I mean, there's way too much of that. You'll be absolved of all your sins if you're honest. It's that stupid Christian thing where you go in there, you get loaded and you sodomize your young nephew and shoot up a couple of people of other races over the weekend, and then you go in, you get a few penance. Yes, Father, I've sinned. Say a few holy Hail Marys and get back to business next weekend. It's BS. You got to be accountable. Rashad, am I right?
Yes, you are. Say, how you doing, Adam and Drew?
Good.
All right. Say, I've been dating this girl for 2 years, and ever since the beginning, she's been the most restless sleeper that I've ever come across, okay? Sheets are flying all over the place, pillows on the floor. You wake up, sometimes I'm thinking her head's at the foot of the bed.
Really?
Okay.
What's it like when you have sex with her? She lies there like a fish, right?
It's normal, it's not that crazy, all right? But, when it's in the sleep thing, is where I'm talking, it goes, like, into another world. All right, she's, let's see what kind of example I can come up with.
Does she talk in her sleep?
Has done that, but not on a regular basis.
All right, what's the question?
But, well, here's the thing. She's continually asking me to switch sides of the bed.
During the night?
Well,
before you go to bed.
Yeah, she's like, I need to switch side, sleep over here. If it's cold, I sleep by the window. If it's hot, I sleep by the heater. Okay. So if it's windy, she's asking me to go sleep on the ceiling fan. I don't get it. She's like, I want to sleep on this side. I want this pillow. Well, she's got these pillows I'm allergic to. They're down pillows. Okay.
Oh, one of these.
Yeah. But the thing is, she's always giving me this, like her spring went out on one side of her bed, and so I'm sleeping on it, right? Well,
I'm picturing this bedroom, by the way, and it's not conjuring up a pretty thought. Spring poking through, window open, curtain flapping.
But all right, so the question is, we're continually fighting about this, and I've been giving in to her until last week, but I can't just keep switching. I sleep well, I sleep all night peacefully. I wake up, bruises on my leg, from her twitching, and she says she's having these nightmares of quote unquote falling off of a coffee table.
Really?
Okay.
You'd think she could pick something a little higher. At least a dinner table or a bar stool or something.
Yeah, well, I was down the stairs, something. But I asked her mom. Her mom said she was a bedwetter till she was 10, and that she said she had...
I bet she appreciated Mom coming forth with that little tidbit of information.
Well, I haven't brought that up to her. I'm saving that one for
save that for the good argument.
But here's the other kicker. All right, she said, back when we met, on one of my past relationships, you had to remember everything the person told you so you could bring it up again, right?
Right.
So I'm remembering this, that she told me that she had multiple personalities in her past life, okay? In her past life.
Whoa. Now, let me tell you, you start going out with a chick like that, next thing gets a crystal up your ass.
This is the girl...
I've already come across the crystal ball.
Wait,
where was it?
Where was it? It in the closet.
Oh, okay, good.
This girl you're seeing now alleges that she had multiple personalities in a past life.
Yeah.
No, she is gravely disturbed in a present life.
Yeah, well, that could be. She doesn't necessarily show signs of that. Now, I was thinking it was back when we met. She was probably just bringing it up for something funny to say, but
yeah.
You know.
You know where I was in my past life?
I'm afraid.
I was trapped inside my dad's nuts.
Yeah, bedwetting until the age of 10.
That's why you're so against people smoking.
Severe sleep disturbances. Something's not right here.
Yeah, Rashad, she, here's the deal. She needs to be sort of
contained,
unfolded to get to whatever is causing this sort of problem in her. I didn't word that very well, but I mean, there's something going on with her, and it's just manifesting itself in a bad sleeping pattern. But that is the end result of the problem. That is not the cause of the problem. And now, it's the one that affects you most because you feel it. But there's something driving her to that, and that's ultimately what's going to have to be figured out, and that could be 5 years and $4 million down the road.
Well, you know what the weird thing is that in any other time of the day, any other circumstances, I mean, it's normal. I wouldn't peg her as any multiple personality wedding bed, anything weird, but as soon as my head hits the pillow, it's like, Rashad, I want to sleep on that side.
Does she take any medication?
No. I wouldn't guess that there'd be any need to. It's just that she won't sleep on the other side.
All right.
All right, Rashad, but really, the whole mattress controversy should be far down on your list. There's many other things to discuss. I suggest they have clinics now for sleep disorders. I suggest you look into that, maybe at a local college or something like that, Drew?
Hospitals.
Hospitals? I thought colleges put these tests on. All right, Rashad. I don't know what the answer to that is, except for, good luck and get yourself like a Kevlar comforter to sleep draped over you. Sherry?
Cherie.
Cherie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
By the way, I want to start being called Adam. I don't like this Adam crap anymore. I'm going to Adam, and I'm going to get pissed anytime anyone calls me Adam anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. I have been a lesbian for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, no, I did not answer one of your questions. I didn't get any points.
You mean you protested?
No,
you forgot the 50 bonus point that you added to the male homosexual test.
Have you ever shaved Adam's ass?
No.
Oh, have you ever gone down on another woman? Okay, that's worth 50 right there. You're right, Drew. Let's just go over this very quickly.
Okay.
You never chewed dip? You never had chewing tobacco?
No.
Nowhere in the last week. You've never quit your job to follow the LPGA tour?
No.
Adam, you're not used to the whole lipstick lesbian thing,
I find this hard to believe. What about the Sears Craftsman tool catalog? Tell me you don't have one of those sitting around somewhere. All right, let's go. Do you own a Sarah McLachlan album?
No.
Engineer Mike wants to know.
No.
How about the sandal category? Do you have sandals?
No.
All right.
I wear heels.
What about flannel? You have some flannel shirts?
No.
For Christ's sake.
I wear dresses.
Tough skin jeans?
No.
Razorback hairdo?
No, long hair.
What about the wallet? You got a big anchor chain swinging on it?
Purse.
Straight edge razors, black powder rifles, flooring tools, none of that in the house?
None.
What about working at a kennel? I know you work at a kennel.
I don't work at a kennel either.
You don't smoke cigars?
No, don't smoke at all.
I'm going to go right over the rebuild the transmission part. What about bowling? Surely you have hobbies.
I've never been bowling.
You never fired a gun?
I don't believe in guns.
What about the bench press question?
Nope. Can't lift any weights.
All right, well then what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the have you ever gone down on another woman to 125 points.
Okay.
So that's...
Your time is up.
Which still qualifies you as a card-carrying lesbian. All right, so you're one of those lipstick lesbians.
Yes.
All right. Well, you see, like we've talked about when we've read the past tests, the hat and the, what was the other one, the GAT and soon-to-be BAT test, that there's always this one or two slides under.
I'm surprised you didn't want to interview Sherry some more. I'm surprised at you.
Well, I looked like a fool. Here I am, with my data collectors out there working overtime, coming up the hundreds of man-hours into this thing, and she doesn't have one question on it. I'm, again, looking
foolish. Why don't you ask
foolish.
her how she would organize the test?
Well, she's a lickstick. She's a lickstick lesbian. She's a lipstick lesbian. She dresses like Sybil Shepherd and, runs with that crowd. There's no stereotypical lipstick lesbian stuff.
Maybe.
That I'm aware
Maybe
of. All right,
know.
well, if we have any. All right. Are we getting her back? All right. Cherry.
Uh-huh.
What would be on your list?
Let's see. I don't think that I would classify anything as a list. Because, I don't think that you can judge someone.
All right, Miss Politically Correct. But if you had to make a list, what would it be? Come on.
Make a list, because I've met different people of all walks of life.
Nah. Yeah. All right. And when you get the Academy Award, you send an American Indian up there to get it for you. For Christ's sake. People calling in a weird late-night sex show, and they can't even come up with a lesbian list. She refutes my list, yet cannot add one thing to it. I find that a little bit suspicious, Drew, and I'm not just being defensive. Lee.
Yes.
You're on LoveLine.
Hi. I wanted to speak to the doctor about my husband. We're currently right now separated, but he was very much into drugs, and I'm a straight person, and that was the beginning of it. But our sex life started to change dramatically. He became an over-the-road truck driver, and he'd come home.
Over the road?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I guess you drive on the road.
Driving from state to state.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, Mike the engineer nodding like a little dog in a back window because he's driving. He dates a girl that hauls gravel for a living. She's dainty, though.
Well, I've been with this man for 10 years altogether before that, and I know what our sex life is. And then he started coming home, and the sex was dramatically changing, and different things, and he wanted different things. And one day I had just so happened to stumble upon his collection of pornography.
Mm-hmm.
And through the course of the next 3 years of the marriage, I was calculating approximately about $7,000 a year he was spending on pornography.
No, wait a minute. Now,
I don't want to paint this pretty. I'm not going to add any ugliness to it. I'll tell you exactly how it is, because it's really not just breaking my heart, but my spirit, because my mind doesn't understand it. The next set of magazines that I had found were swinger magazines, and I don't know if they're every month or every other month, but he has every other month's issue for 3 years nonstop, and he swears that he's never been involved in them or anything, but I don't understand it, and I need to know where I can go to try and get some help.
Well,
because I don't even know how to be with somebody else now.
Well, first off, okay, it is possible to be with other people if this guy completely craps out on you.
Right.
But don't do that. This is the last person for me desperation stuff. But let's try to salvage this for a second.
He gave me this really large dildo that I wouldn't even sit on, and he wants me to screw him with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's truck is going down the highway to hell, to quote a AC/DC song.
Uh-huh.
And did something happen to this guy? And I know we always get back to that, but it seems like he's acting out on something that may have happened to him quite a long time ago.
My true belief is just that he's so whacked out. People want to make excuses and denounce drugs, but, he's so much into pot and cocaine that...
Right.
All right, but Lee, but
he's a drug addict, maybe a sex addict, too.
How can you say you can't picture yourself being with anyone else except for a porn-addicted, pot-addicted, cocaine-addicted truck driver?
Please forgive me. I'm sorry I presented myself that way. I find it difficult now to be with someone else because I feel so degraded by him that I don't feel worthy to be with somebody else, or that there was something wrong with me sexually that I wouldn't be able to please another man.
But no, this is like being in a relationship when you're being beaten. I mean, you keep going back and assuming it's your fault and getting more abuse and feeling worse about yourself and assuming that nobody else will have you and going back for more abuse, and it's just ridiculous. You've got to break that cycle and get out of this.
Lee, this guy snapped a twig. It's not your twig that snapped. It's his. You understand?
Do you know anything about pornography or sex addiction or
hold on.
groups?
Yeah, I may have dabbled a little in it. I can tell you one thing, that $7,000 price tag that you estimated is a gross overestimation because, as I was saying last night, these magazines say like $25.95 on the top, like written into the print, but you always see a little sticker that says $3.95 on the back or on the inside.
And I took all the magazines and took them to a lawyer, and he calculated it, and it was $7,000 per year over a 3-year period.
Wow.
Talk about your pro bono.
Well, be that as it may, you need to get over this. I mean, you could go to an Al-Anon meeting or Koanon, something like that, or Coda.
This guy's a lost cause, isn't he?
Yeah. This does not sound like a good situation at all. It's something you need to get out of.
Lee, do you have somewhere
rebuilding your
to go?
self-esteem.
Yeah, I've been moving around and trying to hide.
Hide?
Well, yeah, because he gets really dangerous.
What do you mean he gets dangerous?
Well, he's all loaded and sexed up, and he stalks her.
And I'm his wife, and, by church laws, and I'm the one who's feeling guilty for leaving him.
All right.
This is ridiculous.
All right, Lee, we're almost out of time, but just let me say this. It's not your fault. This guy turned wacko. The only thing you did was screw up and marry him 10 years ago. You had no way of knowing. He's living out some kind of bizarre thing that was done to him quite possibly many years ago.
Or just some feature of this addictive disease.
He could be years away from coming to grips with this. You should leave him based on...
Or he could get a lot worse.
I'm on a roll here.
He could get a lot worse, though.
Yeah, he could get worse. Although I don't know what's worse than having her sit on a giant-sized dildo, but
No, not me. He wants me to do it to him.
All right, that's worse. There you go. You answered my question.
He wants me to.
All right, Lee, don't do it. Get out. Find somewhere. Get out. Forget about what the church says. Forget about what the paperwork says. Forget about what the ring says. Cut it clean and get out. And we're getting out.
LoveLine. Call 1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine.
We'll be right back!
Hi, this is John Tesh, and you are listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
You certainly is, and I like John Tesh. He came in here, he was
a gentleman.
Real gentleman, yeah. And he came in, had nothing to plug. I said to him, you want to talk about something? You want to talk about the... Oh, no. I want to just take phone calls. Real nice guy. 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. And it's back to the phones we goes. Scott.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up, Adam?
How are you, Scott?
All right. Doc, how you doing?
Good, what's up?
Nothing. Hey, I kind of got irresponsible on a well, let's just call it a long trip to the mountains, and I contracted herpes.
I thought you said you were going to screwed a raccoon.
Well, I guess the raccoon had herpes, but so I got this thing now, and it's kind of affecting, like my psychological approach to dating and everything.
Well, I'll tell you the problem is that you're calling it herpes. Remember what we call it here on LoveLine?
What's that?
Happies.
Happies.
Who could worry about contracting happies?
Right.
We all long for that.
Yeah, I haven't heard you discuss it much, but I bet you have 100 times.
Yep.
And so I just kind of like in that zone where now, when I approach like girls to date, I have this thing like I feel like I'm hiding something.
Right.
You know?
Well,
so, I mean, is that just the way it is? I mean, do I have any sort of health problems besides these things being a nuisance or what?
No, for a male, as far as we can tell, they are just a nuisance. There's no increased risk of penile cancer or diseases of the genital tract. The real problem is that you can transmit it to other people, and you can transmit it even when you don't have an outbreak.
Yeah, and it doesn't like hurt your immune system over the long haul or anything?
No, not that we can tell, not in a meaningful way anyway.
What are his chances, though, of spreading it to someone when he's not having an outbreak?
Pretty substantial.
Oh, Jesus, that hurts.
Yeah, you got to wear a condom all the time.
And
you really have a liability too. If you know that's what you have. A lot of people don't know they have it, and you evidently know it. And you have to pretty much tell somebody so they know the risk they're taking.
Hold on now. I thought someone had to have an outbreak in order to spread the disease.
If they have an outbreak, they are highly contagious. They will spread the disease. But
yeah, I have a feeling like they're because I kind of like to start to notice that my body kind of changes a little bit when I'm getting closer, maybe having an outbreak, and then I won't all the time.
Right, and they'll be less frequent as you get older.
Is that right?
Yeah. And
Is
they're
there a possibility that I could go like for a tremendous amount of time if I take care of myself without them coming along?
Sure, and there's medication though. There are at least 3 different antiviral drugs that are very good for this.
Now, besides the psychological and physical detriments that I'm going to face,
what else is there?
Is it going to mess the woman up like in a more serious way?
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, I mean that's really the problem. Is that with women, it can increase the risk of cervical cancer. It can create some problems during pregnancy. And there are some real health risks with women with pregnancy, but they can be easily managed and easily contained in such a way as not to actually precipitate any health problems, but they're a hassle.
All right, Drew, I don't want to be irresponsible here.
But
seriously now, if I'm looking down, Scott?
Yeah.
Are you in a place where you can look at your dork?
All right, go ahead.
You looking at it?
Sure.
Okay, you got your jeweler's eye in?
There she is.
Okay, there it is. Now, no outbreak?
No.
No outbreak. Looks good.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing on it. I mean, he's looking at it with a black light. He can't see a thing. What are the chances that he's going to spread it on to somebody who does not have the happies?
If he has unprotected sex?
Yes. What do you think I'm talking about? With a condom?
It's hard to predict, but eventually he will.
But why? There's nothing there.
They're always shedding some virus, just not a gazillion virus like you do when there's an outbreak.
But can't you just dip? Is there some kind of dip or something? Could you rub it down? How about the miracle of talc?
Sincerely, how prevalent is this in society?
Oh,
it's very common. Every time I say it, Adam accuses me of all kinds of things.
Drew has it himself.
But last time I threw out a number of 30%. 1 out of 3 in the room had it.
Is that right?
Really?
If you remember that one.
Who had it? Wait, I don't want to say. Drew's. Well, it's not like it wasn't on the air. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But I mean, do you have a lot of experiences where like a person is they kind of can weigh on you mentally, you know, because
Sure.
you know you got a little secret, you know what I mean?
Sure. You're going to have to learn how to deal with that in dating. And
They
you're gonna have to-
really.
Worst part of it is you like Adam said, you got to be responsible for your actions, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like that's what I did, but now I got to pay for it for the rest of my life.
Oh, I'd kill that raccoon.
It's very common.
Hey, believe me, I tried.
And everybody should be wearing condoms anyway. And you know, if you explain to whoever potential partner you might have that the risk is reduced substantially if you wear a condom,
Right.
You know.
Right.
All right,
So,
Scott.
Hope love conquers all. On this.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it certainly motivates you to develop a real relationship before you hustle into anything physical. So
I
it's fine.
had sex with somebody who had the happies, and she did
that's
not.
That's your great concern.
She did. No, it isn't. She did not tell me until afterward. But I was wearing a condom, and it was like 5 years ago. So, you want to check?
No.
Quick check.
No.
Come on, Drew.
No.
You're a doctor. It's your Hippocratic oath forces you to check my genitalia at almost any time. Am I right? They really need to come
You're
out.
wrong.
You know, someone needs to come out with a little booklet that says, so you've decided to date a guy who has herpes. And instead of going through this uncomfortable conversation, you can leave it on the coffee table, put it on the dash of the car. You know what I mean? Just put it up in the sun visor of the car. Just put it around. You know what I mean?
Subliminal.
Ease them.
Yeah, right. Forget it.
Yeah. Okay. But a woman can spread it to a guy even if she has no outbreak.
Correct. And it's harder for women to tell when they're having an outbreak.
It's just such a... I can't get over it.
Are you worried about something, Adam?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
worried,
No,
doesn't
you
he?
know,
You'd be
let me
stressed
tell
out
you
a
who
little
I'm
bit
worried
there.
about, Ann. I'm worried about the kids. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
I'm worried about me being able to have kids. No, I don't have the happies. Cupcake.
Yes. Hi there.
Hey.
You know, you guys, I'm at work,
Uh-huh.
and I don't normally work this late, and I was just dialing through the radio to find the station, and I heard you talking, and so I just stopped, and you have been cracking me up.
Ah.
You are so funny. I'm just really enjoying your show.
Thank you,
I just
Cupcake.
want to tell you that you are hilarious.
Cupcake.
Yes.
You want to see my Twinkie? I'm sure you've heard that before. It's got the same cream filling. Just as sweet. Lower calorie, I
Where are
hear.
you working? What are you doing?
I work for a law firm, Procopio Corey.
And you're just working late at night, or?
Yes, we're in trial, so I work late.
Oh, that's gotta suck. And what are you doing? Are you doing the grunt work, or are you doing the fun stuff?
Well, I do kind of fun stuff. I'm a legal secretary, so I do typing and getting documents together and helping prepare for trial.
This isn't a bad gig, by the way, this legal secretary, is it?
Oh, no, I enjoy it. I've been doing it for 12 years.
What's the pay? What's say like a starting pay on a legal secretary?
Starting probably 32.
Not bad. But it's just a couple years of college, isn't it? I mean, don't you specialize in it?
Well, I didn't have any college when I started.
Wow.
Look at
I'm in
that.
college now.
There.
Yeah.
Ah, Cupcake, you're making something of your life. Your name has not held you back. I don't know. That's not your real name, though, really?
Yes, it is. My mother created cupcakes when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah, my mom liked pickles. She didn't call me Dill. She called me Dill Weed. Listen, yeah, but Cupcake's something you name a pony. What's your nickname? Kate or Lisa?
My nickname is Pumpkin. You guys are really funny. Where are you guys?
We're in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Where are you?
Well, that explains it.
I'm.
Where are you,
I'm in
Cupcake?
San Diego.
Ah.
Yeah.
They have law firms there? I didn't know that.
That's all we have in California.
What's the case, Cupcake? Is it a big murder trial?
No.
No, nothing good?
No.
Nothing the likes of like Menendez or Snoop Doggy Dogg or something like that? Just some stupid legal corporate BS that's boring everyone to tears.
Yes, something very boring.
I, by the way, am looking to be a expert witness.
I do expert witness
Do
work.
you?
Yeah.
What do you get?
I did. In fact, somebody sent me down to San Diego to do some expert witnessing work.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much do you get an hour for that?
It varies. Whatever your normal legal fee is. Whatever your normal
Drew.
professional fee.
Well, Drew, what'd you pull down for that?
It depends if you're just doing deposition.
Tell us the price.
I think you can get up.
No, how much
honestly,
did you get?
It was a long time ago.
Don't give me that crap.
I think it was like $300 an hour.
$300 an hour.
It was amazing. Yeah.
I would give the guy a blowjob when I was done with the advice for $300 an hour. Cupcake, anything ever come up involving some sort of pornography dispute or something? Some case involving napping or perhaps doing laundry and putzing around in the bathrobe for too long? Is there anything like that I could get down and help you out with?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
You are really good. You should be a comedian. You are really good.
Well, my medical practice keeps me busy during the day. I wish I had.
Do not confuse us.
I wish I had time to get out and wow the kids. All right, Cupcake.
Well, I'm going to this. Are you on every night?
What do we have? Sunday through Thursday.
Well, I am going to be a regular.
God bless you, Cupcake.
All right, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the rest of your show.
Take care. And we'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back!
Phone numbers for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE, 191-1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Crowley, he's Dr. Drew, and yes, feel free to compliment the show every once in a while. We're so amazed when someone gives us a compliment. They usually have no time for me and my shenanigans or tomfoolery.
Yeah, you should be a comedian.
You should be a legal secretary. Vanessa.
Hi. This question is for Adam and Dr. Drew anyway, but for you both. But I have been seeing this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in love with her or anything. I was kind of curious,
mm-hmm.
and I never really looked at women in a sexual way. But when I'm with her, I really, really enjoy it.
I don't think women have ever looked at me in a sexual way, but go ahead.
So anyway.
Did you take the LAT test, Vanessa?
The what? Oh, is that the thing you ran that other girl through?
Lesbian aptitude test.
Oh, no. Don't ask me a bunch of those
All right.
questions.
You didn't take the test.
No, I didn't take that test.
We'll have to do it in like the 11 o'clock hour tomorrow night or something for those who missed the boat.
I think you need to have a lipstick LAT test.
Oh,
I think you need a modified
but
LAT.
that's the same as the heterosexual female test.
But I already heard that list, and none of those apply to me.
Mike. Hold on. Engineer Mike's giving me that stupid crap-eating grin with the no head
I'm telling
shake.
you, I forgot one of the most important questions.
On which one?
On the LAT.
Yes.
How much incense do they own?
Nah. Incense?
Incense is a lesbian
All right.
thing, too.
That's why you're the engineer. And I'm the should-be comedian host.
So Vanessa, I don't get what's going on. You're seeing a girl.
But I'm wondering. I'm teetering. I am. Really,
Wait a minute. She's a lesbian?
Yes, she is. Well.
Hang on. Hang on. You guys are sexually active together?
Yeah.
And what is the question? What are you teetering over?
I'm
about?
wondering if I'm gay.
Well, you are in a gay relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the question is, are you going to commit to a gay lifestyle, is what you're saying. You'll commit. And women, by the way, can go back and forth much more readily than males.
They certainly
for some
can.
reason.
Well, it's just getting a penis in your butt is much more of a commitment, physically and emotionally.
All right,
it's hard
all right.
to move around with a guy behind there.
And the fact is, anyone who's come into grips with the fact of homosexuality usually wants to deny it. They don't want to be homosexual. You don't want to be that.
Well, it's just that I never looked at women like like, hey, you know, look at that woman. I never looked at them like that before.
All right, but you do now.
Well,
So you're saying at least
I
you're...
got together with her originally at the suggestion of a friend because he said, you know, you've explored every sexual gamut except for being with a woman. So, yeah, and I like it and all, and I think about her and stuff, but I like men too.
That's when I like this friend, by the way. I like this sex broker, where they can pull you aside and have a little consultation. Let's see what you've done in the last lifetime here.
He's a little perverted like that. If you're talking about the guy that first suggested it to me.
And certainly you do sound very suggestible. I mean, somebody says, you know, go jump through that hoop and you're already through.
Oh, well, I had been thinking about it.
You sound kind of confused to me, but in any event, you know, if you're not committed one way or another, don't be.
Could her eyes just be lesbian?
Could her eyes?
No, the should be a comedian is referring to you.
Okay, so maybe I'm not.
I don't get it. Okay, well,
right.
no, I just don't. I mean, I
don't
look at other women like that and everything. And
How can we help
listen,
you? How can we help, Vanessa?
Listen, we're not priests here, Vanessa. First off, we don't give a rat's hiney if you're lesbian or not, so let's get that straight right off the top.
I don't think that, but I'm just trying to tell you where I'm coming from.
Look, I'll tell you where you're coming from. You're coming from Lesbo land. I can see it clearly.
How can we help? What do you want us to do?
I just want to know. I just want to. If you guys have any suggestions on what I could do to, like, try to determine what
you know that term
the hell it is I am.
Wait
or
a minute,
what?
I have the term for this.
What?
You are what you eat.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Adam. I think, 5 years of therapy and she might figure out what's going on. I mean, sexual ambivalence is not a particularly healthy sign.
No, sometimes I get home, I can't decide whether to masturbate or not.
All right.
I'm punchy tonight, man.
5, go on.
5, yeah, okay. Sure you've had enough of me, haven't you?
Ileana?
Yes.
What can we do for you?
I have a question for you, Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
When I was younger, I experimented with nitrous oxide every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And one in particular time, I went into a tent, zipped it closed, and inhaled an extra-large nitrous-filled balloon.
Uh-huh.
And I lost partial consciousness.
Right.
Could this have caused any type of permanent brain damage?
No, I really don't think so. The kinds of problems I worry about from nitrous are... Thanks for the answer, though, Adam. I appreciate you.
Well, have you been put under at the dentist?
Exactly.
There you go.
That the concerns I have with nitrous are that, A, you've got your teenage or young adult peers administering anesthesia to you in somebody's bedroom or a rave scene.
Oh, who better than your friends?
I was under the impression that, say, for example, at the dentist, that was clean, whereas opposed to the stuff that you get out on the streets or whatever at a concert or something.
Yes, they'll cut the nitrous with a fart, I hear, just to sort of stretch it out a little bit.
Thanks a lot,
I'm not aware of anything like that, Ileana, but that nitrous by itself can cause rhythm disturbances of the heart that can be potentially life-threatening. Right. That you could, as you know, become unconscious and fall to the floor and bust your head open or break your face.
People don't factor the whack your head on the coffee table theorem too well into a lot of this stuff. You pass out on your feet, you could kill yourself just whacking your head on the curb.
That's correct. But and you take anesthesia, in somebody's easy chair, and you could not wake up from that. Personally, I'll have an anesthesiologist or somebody trained in anesthesia administering the anesthetic.
So
for me,
you would like a guy with a sharp instrument and a drill in his hand before you get put under.
A laryngoscope if I need to have some easy access to my...
Does that go up your larynga? Where's the larynga go?
Stop breathing. They can put a tube in your lungs and make you breathe.
I see.
And the other two things that concern me is, and I've seen both of these side effects. One is... people are using a lot of this over long periods of time. They can get psychotic. They'll sort of go crazy, and it's a relatively long-lived psychotic syndrome. Or they can develop a neuropathy where they sort of lose feeling and motor function, sort of ascending up from the feet up to your neck, where you ultimately stop breathing. And both pretty serious potential side effects. But if you made
That's with excessive use?
Well, it's,
Ileana, how many times have you done it?
Oh, like 4 or 5. I'm just paranoid about it.
Don't worry about it.
All right. And you did it out of one of those big punching bag balloons?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They had one of those cartridges that they sell.
They make punching bags of balloon.
They have those balloons that they sell at the 5 and dime. Yeah, they go doing, 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 doing. They're about a little bigger than a basketball.
How do they go?
Doing, 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 doing. Hey, this is radio, Drew. What am I supposed to do? Mime the frickin' sound effect? Lord knows Mike over there's not doing his job.
Thanks a lot. I think
I can answer myself.
All right, Leon, thanks. But I just
crap.
found out about a week ago that the people get that by going to motor accessory parts.
I don't know that. I think they get the ether from the quick start.
No. When they say nitrous, nitrous fueled funny cars and stuff, you can get nitrous at the the Napa supply place.
You mean the commercials where the guy goes, Big Daddy Don Garland, Shirley Cha-Cha Madani, the Chi-Town Hustler, TV Tommy Idol, some go, some blow! That one?
That'd be it. But they fill the balloons up there, and the guys, I think there needs to be some containment.
And this weekend, the English Leather Girls will be there in the infield, along with the band Quarter Flash. I miss those commercials.
What happened to them?
I don't know. Apparently they're doing a whole new approach to drag racing commercials. But the greatest is when they put the nitrous on the ground. The guy goes, take nitrous, drop it on the ground, put a match on it, virtually nothing, but put it inside a 5,000 horsepower Mopar Hemi head engine, liquid dynamite. Oh, you almost had it there, Okay, I'm getting a contact high from the mic. Could you knock it off? What at the auto parts store?
You might they'll fill the balloons there. I mean, and the government doesn't control that at all.
Oh, it's the same nitrous that they use to pump into your intake manifold to give your car that extra 50 horsepower?
Right.
Wow. Oh, okay, well, let me tell you, they're selling drugs everywhere but the drugstore.
You don't like me holding a pen, do you?
No, because you're like a gay majorette over there flipping the pen around. It's a total distraction to me. Now, where was I? Heather.
Yeah?
You're on LoveLine.
Okay.
Okay.
I have this friend who, I don't know if she's bisexual or not, but she has a boyfriend. And one day we were drinking a little bit, and we were just acting all crazy and everything. And she tried to make a pass at me, and she's like,
what did she do exactly?
She was like, will you make out with me and everything? And I was just like, no. And she's like, just kiss me. I'm like, no. But I was really drunk, so I didn't know what I was doing. And I find out the next day, like, she has bite marks on her neck from me. And I don't know if it really was me. So if she's saying it's me, but it's not, I don't know. And
do you remember the evening?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's not you, is it?
I don't know. I think it is because I remember biting her.
Then it is you. If you have bite marks and you bit her, it is you.
I bit her.
All right, okay.
You know, let me tell you something really strange happened once. Once I went number 2 before I went to bed, and then I had this dream that I took a crap the night before, and then I got up the next morning, and then I went to the bathroom, and there was a big dookie in the toilet, but I didn't know if it was for me, so I took like a sample off and took it to a lab, and then I realized no one else lived in my apartment but me, and it had to be me unless someone broke in and took the dookie. You know what I'm saying, Heather?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one night we were playing Ouija board in her room, and I think she was moving it because she's like, kiss Liz. She put into it, and we're like, and she's like, I want to, but Liz won't do it. And then they started making out.
Heather,
who's they?
Liz and my friend.
And the bite mark.
We don't know who Liz is, by the way.
Sorry.
Okay.
Heather, I would kind of. It sounds like a very treacherous situation for you. A lot of boundary issues. You know, everybody's kind of overstepping boundaries, and you're kind of uncomfortable, and you're not able to assert yourself the way you should, and you're getting involved in things that really don't sound like they're particularly interesting to you, are they?
No.
Okay.
And sometimes when she's like, I love you.
And in fact, one of the more common things that is happening today is that young people are getting sort of, I don't really want to say abuse because that's not really the right word, but they're being affected by their peers in ways that are inappropriate. Okay. And because a young person has been assaulted some way by an adult, then themselves loses their ability to perceive appropriate boundaries and will kind of come on to you in ways that are inappropriate. And if you're in a vulnerable place, you'll be a victim of that, and you too will have problems with boundaries as a result and become very, very confused. So I would suggest you kind of stay back and don't, stay away from this situation.
Let's not forget the monkey factor, Drew.
I'm ready.
Some people, especially adolescents,
I'm buckling down.
They're just like monkeys.
I'm buckling in for this.
You take a furry throw pillow and throw it in a monkey cage, a monkey's going to hump it.
Mm-hmm.
So certain people that...
The monkey factor.
Yes, they have the monkey trait. So let's not throw out the monkey factor.
LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, is my mic on? Yeah, okay.
On enough.
Drew? We're winding down here. Why don't you do what you do worst with that address?
The address, LoveLine, P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. And, Adam, your song's playing. Email LUV191 on AOL.com.
Drew and I just screwing around a little bit here. Later on in the week, we have the lovely group Cracker coming in, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that.
The lovely group?
I don't know. I'm just being friendly.
Everything's lovely at the end of the show.
It's lovely because I'm 10 minutes from going home. Actually, I'm 2 minutes from going home. I want to thank the lovely Lisa for doing a wonderful job on the phones, the lovely Sherry for doing a fantabulous job on the phone, the lovely Ann for doing an incredible job producing the show, the lovely One Nut Wonder Mike for doing an amazing job engineering the show, he's
not even one nut, though, Adam. I got to correct you. He is no nut wonder.
Is no nut?
He's
no usable
He's
nuts.
disconnected from his nuts.
Yeah, you might as well have a couple of marbles in there. I'd like to thank the lovely Dr. Drew for weaving his magic spell over all of us, as he usually does. I would like to thank the lovely Adam Kroll for doing an adequate job, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.
If you are still listening, you may feel the urge to touch yourself.
So that's it, then. You have been listening to LoveLine. The opinions expressed on LoveLine by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy.
Happy.
LoveLine's producer is Ann Wilkins.